I saw a post on social media the other day where someone was talking about how they were super depressed, and it was like one of those things like you could feel it. They were stressed out. They were in a dark place. And someone had commented, and look, I know that they meant it with a genuine good heart. And they had said, if you put Jesus in your life, things will get better. And listen, do I believe that? Yeah, absolutely. But there's also a part that people don't talk about enough. Because what happens when somebody actually does that? They take your advice, they go all in. They really give their heart to God. They start following Jesus with everything, and they completely change their ways. And life doesn't magically get better. What if it doesn't change right away? What if it actually gets harder? What if the pressure rises? Now that person's sitting there thinking, I did what they said. Why does this feel worse? Why does my life feel more difficult? And that's dangerous because now, they start to get a belief that they did something wrong, or maybe they're not worthy of God's love, or maybe they start thinking, is God really even there? The Bible, it never tells us that following Jesus is an easy road. As a matter of fact, Jesus warns us. He tells us that there will be trouble. And the Bible, it never promises comfort first. For me personally, when I fully gave my life to God, life did not instantly improve. It got quiet, it got lonely, it got harder, and I had to face things that I used to avoid. But that didn't mean that God wasn't working. It just meant that He was working deeper than my comfort. So look, if you're going through a hard time right now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Will following Jesus change your life for the better? Absolutely. I can promise you that. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you, it's going to be easy. No, I'm not going to do that. What I will tell you is this. Following Jesus, it gives you purpose when things don't make sense. It gives you truth when your own thoughts turn against you. It gives you strength when you feel weak. And it gives you hope. That's a big one. It gives you hope even when circumstances don't change right away. Faith doesn't remove the storm. I had heard someone say this one time. Faith doesn't remove the storm, but it gives you something solid to hold on to inside the storm. So if you're hurting, if you followed God and things still feel heavy, you're not doing it wrong, I promise. You're not alone, I also promise that. And I assure you, God is still with you, even here, wherever you are right now.